artistas, hello artists. Today Emilio, the art dog, and I are going to introduce you to my new favorite book. This book is fantastic. It's by Peter H. Reynolds. He is the wonderful author and illustrator who wrote The Dot and Sky Color and Ish. This is called The Word Collector. And at the end of this lesson, I'm going to attach a link of Barack and Michelle Obama reading this very same book. I don't know how often you go to my links, and if you don't have the time, that's fine, but I promise you, this one is worth going to. The Word Collector by Peter H. Reynolds. Collectors collect things. Some people collect stamps. Some people collect coins. Others collect rocks. Some collect art. There's Vashti. Some collect bugs. Others collect baseball cards. Some people collect comic books. And Jerome? What did he collect? Jerome collected words. He collected words he heard. My trip to Peru was perfectly pleasant. Certain words caught his attention. He collected words he saw, like Willow Tea Shop. Certain words jumped out at him. He collected words he read, like Emerald, Wizard of Oz. Certain words popped off the page. Short and sweet words, spark, bloom, drip, dream. Two-syllable words, treasure, motif, whisper, candid, hover, glimmer. And multi-syllable words that sounded like little songs. Guacamole, geometry, kaleidoscope, wonderful, symphony. They were words he did not know the meaning of at first, but they were marvelous to say. Aromatic, vociferous, effervescent. There were words whose sounds were perfectly suited to their meaning. Molasses, torrential, Tyrannosaurus rex, smudge, bellow. Jerome filled his scrapbook with more and more of his favorite words. Jerome's collections grew. He began organizing them. Dreamy, science, sad, action, poetic. One day, while transporting them, Jerome slipped and his words went flying. As he began to pick them up, he noticed his collections had become jumbled. Big words next to little words, sad words next to dreamy words. Jerome began stringing words together. Whisper, symphony, electric peace. Words he had not imagined being side by side. Savor, dreams, cascading, stars. He used his words to write poems. He used his poems to make songs. They moved, they delighted. Some of his simplest words were his most powerful. I understand. I'm sorry. Thank you. You matter. Jerome eagerly collected more and more of his favorite words. The more words he knew, the more clearly he could share with the world what he was thinking, feeling, and dreaming. One breezy afternoon, Jerome climbed the highest hill, pulling a wagon packed with his word collection. He smiled as he emptied his collection of words into the wind. He saw children in the valley below, scurrying about collecting words from the breeze. Jerome had no words to describe how happy that made him. Reach for your own words. Tell the world who you are and how you will make it better. Peter Hamilton Reynolds. So the words I've been thinking about in the past several days are love, power in dreams and hope, violence, grief, and despair. And here I made Jerome inside a peace circle, flinging those words into the world because they can help negate the impact of these words. Then I collected more words, and I wrote mine in Sharpie because it's easier for you to see when we film. You can write yours in pencil if you want. I did my example in watercolor and marker. You can do yours any way you want. So here I have power, peace, violence, hope, despair, grief, joy, empathy, dream, overcome, courage, love, savor, Support, freedom, soar. Thanks. I'm sorry. Heal, wisdom, change. Better, you matter. I understand. Friendship, I love you. Brave, music, unite. Healing, art, poetry, and wonderful. So for this example, I'm just going to take some watercolor and go over these words and decorate the page. You can approach this art lesson any way you want. Maybe you want to make a picture from the book. Maybe you want to make some words and decorate them. Maybe you have an idea that isn't even in the book. But there's a saying that I think is very powerful and very wise. And I used to work at a different school a long time ago, and my principal had it on her wall in her office. And every time I went into her office, I read the sign and I took it to heart. And what it said was, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can really hurt me. And words are like tools. And the more tools you have in your toolbox, the more you can use words to communicate what you're trying to communicate. The more you can use words to help, to heal, to uplift, to mend, to build bridges. Words are one of the most important tools we will ever have in our lifetime. And the more words you know, the more power you have to use words to implement change and healing and to help people come together and to end violence and to create peace. So boys and girls, I urge you to use your words, learn new words, incorporate them into your vocabulary, and above all, use your words to help others. I miss you all. Happy word collecting.